Good morning and welcome. Come on in. You know what to do. You know the routine. Share, share, share. All right, you guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. When you come in, make sure you share. When you come in, make sure you share and you introduce yourself. All right, we're family here. We've been here for a couple of months now. You guys have been joining on for a couple of months, and I really appreciate that. All right, but we are family, so you come in and introduce yourself. I want this to be the friendliest group out there in Periscope. Just come in. When you come in, tell us who you are and where you're from. Tell us who you are and where you're from, and share, 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 share. If this is not your first time, then go. You know what to do. Share and tell us who you are and where you're from. We're going to get started in about 2 minutes, but we need to get that count up to double-digit figures, brothers and sisters. Come on, let's get it up. Let's get it up. I need your help. Our community needs your help. All right. Winning at the money game starts by sharing. Right? Starts by sharing. We're talking about the money game and the rules to win at the money game. All right. Good morning, everybody. When you come in, put your name, where you're from. Hey, Brother Sharif. From Maryland, Rashid, Muhammad, salam alaikum, brothers. From California, my stomping ground, born and raised in San Francisco Bay Area. Go ahead and share it. We got to get that count up. Everybody bring somebody. All right, we want to set a new standard here on Periscope. Hey, Eric, how you doing, brother? We want to set a new standard on Periscope and Meerkat. Those that come in, you share, you come in and introduce yourself, all right? We're gonna be real good at practicing social media etiquette, right? And it's just what we've been taught, and hopefully we've been taught. When you enter the room, you speak to people, all right? So let's go ahead and get it started. Jordan, University of Mississippi. Oh yeah, hey, how you doing? University of Mississippi. That's the track star. Hey sister, how you doing? Looking forward to you bringing me down there. Go to my website, DarrellMuhammad.net. And hit I think it's contact me or something. Put in your information. Let's make that happen. All right, appreciate it. Remember, I don't need an honorarium, so tell you whoever's putting it together that I can come from free. I won't charge you to speak to the students. All right, won't charge you to speak to the students. All right, come on in, just share. Put your name, where you're from. Let's share. We're going to get started here pretty soon, but our count is too low. Is it because you're not enjoying the content? Is it because you're not getting enough value out of it to where you want to share? And you want to share until it helps, right? Until you reach your goal, you reach your objective. That's what it's all about, brothers and sisters. It's like you're going to play the money game. You got to play to win, right? You got to play to win and not play not to lose. We play not to lose. That's playing it too safe. So come on in. Tell us where you're from. Give us your name, where you're from, and share. I need for everybody who's here to share and restream over there at Meerkat, all right? We're covering something that I know it's in the back of our minds. I know it's just something that most people don't talk about. Most financial people never talk about. But we're going to talk about it here on the money game. All right. That book that you're looking at, that's the book that started my career as a professional real estate investor, in particularly a wholesaler. All right. So I got to give it to Ron LeGrand. It's that book right there. That book and 6 cassette tapes that I took, brothers and sisters, and went out here and figured it out for my own. That's why my approach is, you got all you need. All you need is desire and direction. All you need is desire and direction, and the rest you can make happen. I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have a coach. I just had that book and 6 cassette tapes. And I followed every step in that book, right? So you're talking about being an A student and a C leader. I lived that, and I'm living that today. That's why that's what you have to be, brothers and sisters. Can you take a book Not somebody to help you and hold your hand and, oh, I don't know what to do. It's so hard. Can you take a book and build a career around just a book? Used to budgets. We really don't know what budgets are. We never seen our parents sit down and do a budget. They never called us in like they did with other things. Called us in to watch the football game. Called us in to help cook. Call us in to, clean up and learn the things of life, right? Most of us did not have parents, because they didn't do it, that called us in and told us about budgets, right? Showed us the value of having a budget. Showed us the purpose of the budget, all right? So we don't have a relationship. We have no reference point when it comes to a budget. So we don't like to do budgets. I don't like to do budgets. And just like anything that's new, it's going to be difficult to do at first, right? Difficulty has its levels, but it's going to be difficult to do at first until you make it a habit. Until you make it a habit, then it becomes like clockwork. You do it without thinking, right? So why don't budgets work? It's because our negative relationship towards budgets, or no relationship at all. And no relationship at all, right, can be negative, right? Especially when it's a positive relationship, or is intended to be positive. So by not getting the positive that's there is a negative. All right, is a negative. I learned that growing up in school and going to private school, and went to private Catholic schools. And that's where I learned that there's something that's very interesting. There's something called sin by omission. Sin by omission. That's where you sin not because you've done something wrong, but you sin because you didn't do something. Wow, that's a new outlook. Right? You didn't commit the sin because you did something wrong. You're guilty, and you're guilty of something because you didn't do something. Right? So that's how it can be when you have a potential or an opportunity there and you don't take advantage of it. In business, they call that opportunity cost. Opportunity cost. How much money did you lose by not taking advantage of that opportunity? That's called opportunity cost. Okay? So the reason why budgets don't work is because we have no relationship, or a negative relationship to budgets. Right? No one has made it crystal clear the benefits of budgets. Right? And so often, brothers and sisters, so often, budgets are looked at kind of like a diet. Right? Who likes diet? Wait, save your questions for the end, brother. All right, faithful servant. We'll take the questions at the end, because we want to get the content out. We're in the middle of the day, so those that only have a short period of time, they can get the information and run with it. And those that want to stay for question and answers, then they can stay for question and answers. So hang in there, faithful servant. All right. So we look at it like a diet, right? Who likes diet, right? They say psychologically the word diet makes it very difficult to impossible to keep. All right. So we look at a budget like a diet. We look at a budget as it's a restriction. It limits us. I got to cut back. I got to do without. Who wants to do without? Right? It's not in our nature to do without. It's in our nature to want more. Excuse me. So that is very contradicting to the very nature in which we've been created in, right? God creates us to expand and ever grow, right? I mean, that's unequivocal. I mean, shouldn't nobody argue that. So when you're involved in something where it's designed, at least in our mind, and the way it's projected and marketed is reduced. Oh, you don't need Netflix. Get that out of your budget. Oh, you don't need that extra unlimited data on your phone plan. Get rid of that. Right? Haircut 4 times a month? Oh, knock it down to 3. Knock it down to 2. Oh my God, sisters, you mean you can't go to the hair salon like you used to? You got to cut that in half. You got to cut your nails. You got to do your own nails now. Right? See, so it breeds resistance because it's against our very nature. Right? It's against our very nature. So we look at it as a restriction. We look at it as you have to do without. We look at it as you have to play small. Now, how can you win at the money game when the intention of you playing the money game is to win, is to expand, is to grow, is to have more, is to do more, is to be more? But then you tell me the only way you can do that, Darrell, is you got to restrict to the bone. Right? You got to restrict to the bone. You got to lower your coverage on your car insurance. You got to cut. Don't have $2 million in life insurance. Have $1 million. I mean, you just cut. That's no fun. That is no fun. Who likes to do that? Nobody likes to do that. So those are the 2 main reasons why budgets don't work. We have no example of anybody doing a budget, right? We have no example of that. And then it's contrary to the very nature that God created us in. And that's to grow, to expand, to share. Save your questions for the end. Spy for life. All right. Spider for life. All right. Don't come into a classroom when the teacher's teaching and ask questions. Save your questions for the end. All right. So that's what happens. It's designed to cut back. And who wants to do that? Nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants. That's not what life's about. Right? We are designed to be free. We're designed to exercise our desires that God gives us. Right? Our desires, to exercise it. And it's hard when you have to say, well, no, we're going to share a car. We're going to reduce it down to 1 car. Right? I'm going to reduce my size of my apartment, my house. Right? I'm going to go live with somebody. Don't get me wrong. All those are good strategies. But I'm telling you the reason why it doesn't work. I'm going to tell you the reason why it doesn't work and then give you the solution. So now you'll know the solution to the problem, which gives entrepreneurial advancement, which gives the investment, the return on your investment is where you invest in your money, that business, that company is solving a problem. So anybody can identify the problem, but the money is solving the problem. All right. So you want to win at the money game? The rule is to identify who's solving major problems and you invest your money there. Right? So that's the problem. That's the problem. It's contrary to everything God created in the universe, and that's to expand. They say that the universe is expanding. They say the universe is actually growing. It's a living organism. But those are good strategies that I mentioned. Don't get me wrong, right? Don't get me wrong. Get me right. They're a good strategy, but there's something that's very critical that's missing in a budget. And up until now, brothers and sisters, hashtag black dollars, hashtag black wealth, hashtag black economy, right? We are here with this live stream to assist and help us out in our black economy because our black economy is suffering. Our black economy is immature. Our black economy is misled. Our black economy has a misunderstanding on how this game of money is to be played to win, not played to come in second and be happy you came in second because you used to come in last. If we're not trying to come in first, then what are we doing it for? Right? What is the purpose of playing if you're not going to win? Only in relay races do you have second and third places, right? Football, you have winners and losers. Well, golf, you have second and third places. Basketball, you have winner and losers. I mean, you just have winner and losers in everything, right? And then it comes in who lost second? Who lost third? Who lost fourth? Who lost fifth? That's really what second and third and fourth and fifth place mean. Who lost second? Who lost third? Who lost fourth? But you still lost. You can't say I won second. I won, you can say it, but that's not really true, right? I won fifth place. I won sixth place. No, you lost and you came in second. You lost and you came in third. You lost and you came in fourth. Understanding the rules to the money games, there's winners and losers, period. That's it. And you play to win, not to lose. Right? And in the game of money, what are you playing against? You're not playing against other people. You're playing against time. I mentioned this on another live stream. You're playing against time. You're trying to reach your destination before your life runs out. You're playing against time. You're playing against time. All right? So we're talking about why budgets don't work. Why budgets don't work. If you're just joining us, just come in and listen and watch the replay, share and like. We need some more shares. Those are just coming in, share. Those that's just coming in, share. This is a special live stream. A special live stream. Just like on TV, they have special, thank you, Aquaman. They have special programs, right? This is a special bulletin. These are special live streams specifically for the black community, specifically those of us who love ourselves, our family, but most importantly, we love our community enough, our black community enough to be unapologetically black, right? And those that don't understand, that's for them to figure out. We understand, and that's all that matters, right? That somebody has to come and add their voice to the choir of economic empowerment for the black community. Economic empowerment for the black community. Right? Somebody has to be that voice. Somebody has to chime in with the rest of them. There's Dr. Claude Anderson. There's what's his name? George Frazier. Those are national people. So there's a lot of other ones that aren't nationally known like me. I'm not nationally known. But I wanted to throw, just like in entrepreneurship, just like winning at the money game, you have to participate. In $1 trillion economy, $100 trillion economy, right? Your $100,000 is not a lot, but you're participating and you're playing full. You have to play fully. So I'm equating that to me being this small compared to Claude Anderson, but that's just like you investing your $100,000 in a multi-trillion-dollar economy. It doesn't mean your $100,000 is any less. It doesn't mean it has any less importance. It's just smaller, relatively speaking. All right? So we're talking about why budgets don't work. Right? We talked about the problem. Now let's talk about the solution. All right. Here's why. Let me just show you some. I got some graph. Now I took this from a program that I put together that I've only been sharing it with some private students of mine, but I'm going to release this and make it available to all my folks on my list. You know what? I think I'm going to do a public seminar for you to register. And we're going to spend about 2-3 hours just going over this program, this system that I put together. I just compiled it, all right? So here's the problem with budgeting. Budgeting traditionally looks like this, right? It looks like this. Expenses plus debts equal your budget. All right? Expenses plus debts equal your budget. Somebody put that in the live stream. Share this with your friends because, see, we got to be able to figure out why don't I do what I'm supposed to do to get where I want to be if that's where I want to be. You know, some of us, we want to be so successful in our heart. We get these bits and pieces. We never implement those bits and pieces that we have, you know, like we should. We have 10 pieces. We implement 1 or 2. But then we're grabbing more pieces. The question is, why don't we implement the pieces that I have already and build on those after I implement it? All right. And this is the reason why. And we're going to get into that in a minute. But this is how they want to tell you budgets should look. But I'm going to show you the solution and share with you the solution and why it doesn't work. Thank you very much, Eugene. Appreciate it. That's the old way. That's the way that doesn't work for most of us, right? Not that it doesn't work. We don't work it, and the reason why we don't work it, and this is the reason why, and this is the solution. You ready? The reason why budgets don't work for the majority of the people is because your budget has no fun in it. F-U-N. It has no fun in it, right? They tell you to wipe out all the fun. Wipe out what we call the life of your budget. It gives life to your budget. It gives the reason why you should do your budget. So somebody put that in there. The reason why budgets don't work or we don't work the budget is because there's no fun in the budget. You have to have fun in the budget. So your budget should look like this. Expenses plus debt plus fun equals the budget, equals the money, right, that you should operate from on a monthly basis. Does that make sense? Nobody wants to put in fun. It's fun. You have no fun. You have no fun in your budget. It's only natural. It's only human nature for us to want to be rewarded for the good that we do, right? You grow up, you do something good, the teacher rewards you with a happy face, smiley face on your page. Reward you with little things of appreciation for Johnny, you did such a good job, Darrell. Here, you can go out early to recess, right? You'd say, Mom and Dad, can I go outside? No, you got to clean up your room first. So they reward you. You don't want to clean up your room, right? You don't want to wash dishes. You don't want to do your homework. But the carrot that they dangle in front of you is you be able to go with your friends to the movies. You get to go with your friends bowling, right? So we become adults and we let somebody give us an old model, a broken model, a model with a piece missing, and then we wonder why we don't want to do it. The reason why we don't want to do it is because it has no fun. Somebody put that in there, right? A budget with no fun is not worth doing, right? It has no life, L-I-F-E in it, right? So the fun is the life blood, is the motivation for you to do a budget. Now, I've been using this for years, ever since I learned this strategy, and it clicks, right? Because it resonates with our nature. We want to be appreciated. We want to be rewarded. That's why, babies do bad. People do bad things to get attention, right? That's why we do what we do at work, to get recognition, to get a raise, so the manager can, feel good about you, so they can know that you're one of the top workers and come by and tell you how much they appreciate you and give you an office with your name on the door. Rewards, life, fun. Right? Fun. So you have to add fun. And if you add fun to your budget and you're short, then you need to do what? Increase your income. Don't wipe out the fun. All right? Now here's the steps. Now here are the tactical steps to take. All right? Number one, you need to formulate a budget. Right? You need to formulate the budget. Now what are the pieces to a budget? You have to identify your living expenses. Now you start off with your necessary expenses, right? Because whatever is not necessary, you're going to shift that to fun. So your necessary expenses, then your debt, which is thank you, Eugene, which is what? People you owe. Your car note, your house note, your rent, right? Your insurance, debt, expenses and debt, expenses and debt. So that means you have to sit down with a piece of paper and you have to write down your expenses and then identify which one are living expenses, which one are living expenses I can't do without. And you identify those and you put those off to the side because that's what you need to live off of. And then your debt, your debt, people that you owe. Even though it may be consumer debt, you put your word out there. Your word is bond and bond is life. And you should give your life before your word should fail you. That's what we've been given as a motto to make our word bond, right? Make your word bond. Okay? So do that. Then you can see how much of your expenses that aren't living expenses are really fun. You might already have it in there, right? How much of it's fun, meaning you do it for enjoyment. So step number 1 is you have to formulate a budget. Now, if you need some help with that, then you email me at DarrellMuhammad.net. Darrell, just like my name. Let's see, Darrell@DarrellMuhammad.net. Somebody put that in there. Darrell@DarrellMuhammad.net. If you need some help with your budget, all right, understanding the budget, formulating your budget, email me and I'll help you. All right. So step number 2, formulate a budget. Step number 2, you have to add fun. I call it reward. You have to reward yourself. Thank you very much. Appreciate you, Aaron. Right? You have to reward yourself. You have to reward yourself. And this is how I do it. Anything I don't feel like doing, I attach a fun or reward to it. Like, I love Chinese food, raised in San Francisco, raised on Chinese food, know how to use chopsticks and all that stuff, right? So I just love Chinese food, right? So instead of just going to the Chinese restaurant, I tell myself, Darrell, if you do something you don't like doing, then reward yourself by going. So now that's the life, that's the fun, that's the reward. So now that makes me want to, right? It makes me want to do the activity because it's standing in the way of my reward, right? And that's a good way to condition your brain with everything. So when it's come to playing the money game by the rules to win and not to lose, it's the same way. Then you say, man, I got to push through this because my reward is this. I'll be able to take my family. I'll be able to go, right? I'll be able to do such and such, right? I'll be able to do. So now it becomes a way of life. See, what so happens, the reason why we fail is because we want to departmentalize. We want to departmentalize our life. When you're one person, you're one mind, you're one spirit, you're one soul. So we have conflicting ideas. We have conflicting philosophies in our brain. We have one if we at work. Then we have one if we at home. Then we have one if we with our spouse or significant others or boo or whatever you want to call it. Then, we have all it and they're conflicting. You have to be consistent, brothers and sisters, in your philosophy. We act one way around all black people. Then we act another way if there's a few white folks in the room. You got to be consistent. Because the only thing it does is confuses you. You're not crystal clear or clear enough, which is crystal clear. It's not blue skies. It's cloudy, overcast. And wonder why we as a people don't make the progress that we can make. Now we got enemies that's stopping us, that's getting in our way now. Everybody got to get credit, right? But if we get together, can't nobody stop us. If we get together and God backing us, then no enemy is big enough to stop us. So those are your 2 tactical steps, brothers and sisters. Formulate a budget. If you need some help, reach out to me, Darrell@DarrellMuhammad.net. Step number 2, identify some fun things to do, some rewards that you're going to do. And if you don't do the activity, right, then you don't get the rewards. Right? You don't get the rewards. So you like Netflix or go to the movies, say, okay, I'm not going to go to the movies. I'm going to attach that reward to this task. Right? And here's the key, and I'll help you with it. And we're going to do, when I do the private webinar on this program that I put together, I just compiled some information that I've learned and used from different sources and put it here. All right, in that program. So if you need some help, reach out to me. Then we're going to have the webinar, and then we're going to offer that to you. You're going to have to pay for that. That's a paid product, right? It's a paid product. It's about, I don't know. All right, everything's going to be emailed to you, electronically sent to you. But we'll talk about that later. But the point here is, when it comes to rewards, brothers and sisters, you got to make the reward equal to your task, right? You have to make the reward equal to your task. You can't say your task is, okay, I'm going to sit down like Darrell said, and I'm going to formulate my budget based on the guidelines that he's given in this short scope, right? I'm going to take that and I'm going to synthesize it, and I'm going to put together a budget. And then my reward for doing that this Saturday, just this one Saturday, is I'm going to go out and buy the latest tennis shoes that cost $300. See, that's not an equal, right? That's not an equal reward to task, right? So that's why I do little things like go out to dinner or maybe, go buy a dress shirt, right? On sale from Men's Warehouse or whatever the place may be that sells buys on a discount, right? The only thing that you should really pay full price for, brothers and sisters, is education. Hello, somebody. Buy a car on sale, buy clothes on sale, buy books on sale. But if you have to pay for it, pay full price for it, let education, I'm talking about informal education, not an institutionalized education, an informal education, books, audios, training, workshop trainings, and live events. Okay? Pay full price for that. Everything else, you learn how to get it on sale. You learn how to get it at a discounted price. Right? You won't know how much I paid for this shirt, but it's not full price. Right? When it comes to the knowledge you need to win at the money game, be willing to pay full price. Don't blink. Be willing to pay full price. Because if it's the piece that you need, it will make you 10 times more than what you spent, no matter what you paid for it. See, that's a mindset you have to have if you're going to play by the rules to win at the money game. One of the thoughts goes like this. Rich people, let me see. I forgot who said this. One of my mentors says, rich people don't ask how much it costs. Rich people want to know how much money I can make from it. See, cost is a consumer language. Return on investment is a money player term. Right? Cost means I'm going to spend this money and I have no hopes, no intentions on getting it back. I'm not even spending it with that in mind. But when you invest, you're looking for a return. You go in looking for a return. You're looking at it as a return on investment. That's two different things, right? All right, brothers and sisters. So those are two tactical steps. If you have some questions, go ahead and put them in there right now. So what is it? Faithful servant. Go ahead and put your question in right now. If you're broke, he said something about poverty or being broke. Let me just say it to you like this. You're never broke. Broke is a mentality. If you're alive, you're not broke, right? You're not broke. You may not have any money. See, terminology. You may not have any money, but you're not broke, right? Your spirit might be broken, but you're not broke. If you woke up this morning, which you did, then you are rich enough to go out and get everything else that you don't have. You have energy, right? You have life. You have commitment. You have dedication. You have persistence. You have determination, right? Those are things that you need to get what you don't have. You have people that have money but don't have those things. They're broke. I just want to make sure you receive credit ordering the books from your website. Yeah, if you go through my website, Eugene, DarrellMuhammad.net, hit more book list, hit any one of those books that take you to the Amazon store, and then if it's not that book that you want to buy, you should buy some of those books that's pictured on my site. But if it's one that's not there, you just want to buy to buy it through my store, and I appreciate it, then click on one of those books that take you to my store, and you just put the name of the book, you find it, and I should get credit for that. Liquid money is blood money, sweat and tears I feel. I don't get that, Aquaman. Liquid money is blood. Maybe you're talking about being rich, okay? All right, so those are my notes here. Any other questions? We're 37 minutes after the hour. Brothers and sisters, I hope you got some value from it. If you did, show some hearts. If you did, say something in there. If you did, share. Because I'm trying to meet all of your friends, right? If your friends are like you, and we have to assume they are because they're your friends, that I want to meet all of your friends. This is about expansion. That's why we said budgets don't work. All right. Hey, JT, buy houses. They don't work, right? That's why they don't work. All right, Lady TLC, love you. All right, thank you so very much. Share it with your friends. Share it right now. What you were saying about money versus energy. Just that, money, because you don't have money doesn't mean you're broke. Right? Money is just something tangible. But the greatest things in life are untangible. They're unseen. That's why you have to believe, as the Quran says, you have to believe in the unseen. Because there's power in the unseen. There's a whole universe that we don't see. Right? Not to get into that. That's for a later scope, or maybe that's for something on our private live events. All right? But that's what we don't see is more powerful than what we see. What we see comes out of the unseen universe. Right? This pad was first seen in someone's head, and boom, now it's in the physical realm. All right? So, see, when you just restrict yourself to that which is tangible, you can't expand. How can you expand? You can't expand because we don't understand the dualities of life. We don't understand cause and effect. We don't understand there's the seen world and there's a bigger unseen world. There's a world of which knowledge that you have now, and there's a much greater world of knowledge that you don't have, that you'll never get, that you'll die seeking knowledge. That's why you have to participate, you have to engage, you have to share, because you'll die getting more knowledge and be broke. You will be broke at that point because you'll be dead with no energy, no life, no persistence, no consistency, no nothing, because you'll be dead. You have no money. You'll be broke. That's why you have to share. Not this stream, but anything's worth your time is worth you sharing. If not, go do something that's worth your time and worth you sharing. If you don't share all day throughout the day consistently, you have to look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, am I not spending my time, investing my time in something worthy of my time, which then would be worthy enough for me to share? Then I need to be doing something different that's worthy of my time, to whereas it's worthy of me sharing, and all my friends should know. See, that's one of the things that's causing our black community to suffer economically. We don't share enough. We share just enough to say, oh, I tried that. Man, I tried working with black folks. I tried using a black contractor. I tried using the black company that cut my grass. I tried using. How many times you try? Well, you're not going to ever be successful quitting. Quitters never win, and winners never quit. That's an old saying that fits the rules to win at the money game. Find yourself quit. Just like I learned this in network marketing from my mentors, right? Holton Buggs and Edward Haynes. He's, because people quit a lot in network marketing. I probably have never seen people quit more in network marketing, probably other than in life itself. But he said you can't worry about those that quit. Those are what they call quitters. He says that quitters gonna quit. It doesn't matter what they do. They're going to quit at it. They quit church. They quit mosque. They quit the gym. They quit their budget. They quit their marriage. They quit paying their car note. They quit paying their rent. They just quitters. You got to let people be what they want to be. And if they're quitters, they're just going to quit. They're going to quit. You got to let them quit, because that's what they do. Right? That's what they do. So we can't quit. You can't win. You lose when you quit. You have lost at the money game. When you say, you know what, man, I'm tired, man. I've been doing this for a long time. This just ain't working. I can't figure this thing out. I know the government the government just not going to let just people just don't have health insurance or don't have health care. I know the government just not going to just don't give you Social Security. I know they're not just going to cut back, and I know they're not just going to continue to raise the age limit up. I know the government, they just can't do that, because then it'll be a civil war. Yeah, it's going to be a civil war, but while they're fighting the civil war, you're going to be starving, you're going to be naked, and you're going to be out of doors. We're going to do a live stream maybe tomorrow or next week. Why everybody has to be rich. And it's not going to be a choice anymore. It's going to be just like in other countries, brothers and sisters. In other countries, there's no such thing as a middle class. There's rich people and there's poor people. There is no middle class. That's where America is going. America is quickly getting to a state of poor people and then rich people. Because the middle class is being squeezed because the economy, right? Because the economy is being manipulated by the politicians, and we'll talk about that later. So the middle class is being squeezed. That's for the private. So you want more of that inside, insightful look, right? And you want to participate in that conversation so you can share what you see, so we can have a collective, keyword, collective outlook on what just one of us may see. Then you need to go to DarrellMuhammad.net, click on one of those blog posts. At the bottom, it says subscribe, join the VIP list for free content. You need to do that today. You need to subscribe to this stream, right? All right. A streaming voice. Meerkat, thank you. London Network. Thank you very much. All right. Any other questions, brothers and sisters? We got about 5 more minutes. All right. I just talked to give you time to ask questions. So what are your questions? TLC, you guys are doing a lot of powerful things over there at TLC. All right. I like to see success, right? Envy has no place among winners, right? Y'all doing some powerful things over there at TLC. All right. I'm a network marketer from 85. So I keep my eyes, I keep watching, right? I know Stormy from Organo Gold and all, so I watch. See, you can't take advantage of every opportunity, right? But you can watch and you can monitor and you can see and you can be inspired and you can be intelligent. You have to have the pulse. You have to coach Stormy, right? You have to know, and I got her subscribed on this Periscope. You have to know, brothers and sisters. You have to know. You have to know. You have to know what it is that you need to know. You don't need to know everything. You just need to know what it is that you need to know. All right, so let's ask some questions, brothers and sisters. Right? You have not because you ask not, the scripture says. All right, so add fun to your budget. Yes, ma'am, always. And you have something to share. See, we all have something to share. That's why you got to participate. You all have something to share. You all have a life experience that other people can relate to. So questions. Come on, real quick. Question, brothers and sisters. Any questions there? Meerkat, any question? Living Chic, A Streaming Voice, any question? London Network, any questions? Any questions? I got 30 years of entrepreneurship. I never been out of entrepreneurship. I'll go full-time, part-time, full-time, part-time, full-time. But you see, you don't quit. You don't quit. You never quit. You never quit. Full-time, part-time, full-time, part-time, full-time, part-time. You never quit. Right? I'm betting my horse on entrepreneurship. Right? I'm betting on the entrepreneurship horse. I'm not betting on Social Security. I want to leave that for those who need it, because the government going to need people not to use their Social Security. All right? Any questions, brothers and sisters? Because we're going to get out of here. We just don't want to talk. And then I pulled this off the shelf too. Y'all might know this dude. Dean Graziasi, or whatever. That's an old course too. Look at the pages all brown. Right? No questions? All right, brothers and sisters. Hashtag black economy. Hashtag black wealth. Hashtag black dollars. I'm here to look for people like myself who have enough love and compassion, a much desire and commitment, have enough aspiration to want to be wealthy enough for myself, my family, but most importantly, our community. I want to leave an economic mark on my community, on our black community. Let's get it straight. On our black community. Let me say it again. For those that don't understand, who didn't hear me the first 2 times. Black community. Books I recommend, go to DarrellMuhammad.net. Hit book list, and you got lists of books. Buy them all. Right? I bought them. I'm not stupid. It was a good investment of my money. So why wouldn't it be a good investment of your money? Buy all the books. I probably got about 5 books given to me. Edwin Haynes gave me a few books when I went over his house for a private meeting. Right? Edwin Haynes, at the top of the list of income earners in the world of network marketing. He gave me his book. Can you watch all your videos from Periscope? Can you watch all your... No. You can't watch them all from Periscope. Where do I go? Go to DarrellMuhammad.net. I have a few up there now. I'm going to put some more up this weekend. And I got some on iCloud that I need to pull down. There's so many of them. I think I'm up to close to 200 Periscopes. Right? Up to 200 Periscopes. Thank you, Aaron. Up to 200 Periscopes. Aaron, reach out to me. Let's make that thing happen that you reached out to me about. All right, you all, if you want me to speak to your sales organization, if you want me to come speak to your school, if you want me to come speak to your I don't know, to your network marketing, your sorority, your fraternity, reach out to me. I want to get out. I want to give. As the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, I want to die empty. Right? I want to die empty. I don't want to die full. So help me. Help me come to your city. I'll show you. I called the SGA president. Good. And give them my contact. They can reach out to me directly, Aaron. I want to come to your city. I'll show you how I can come to your city and speak for free. You don't have to pay for me to speak in your city. Now, that's a hell of a deal, or a heaven of a deal, right? But go to DarrellMuhammad.net, hit contact me, and put your information in there. If you're moving in a shaker, so you have to learn how to make things happen. You have to know how to take a desire of your heart and determination, commitment, and persistence, and make a thing happen. I like that idea. I think for example, there's a play that was in Chicago that sold out. They have an encore performances. Bonneville, I think it's called, right? Okay, by a black theatrical company. And I know some brothers here that does comedy shows and plays. And I just got on the phone. Relationships, we'll talk about that on another live stream. I just got on the phone and left him a message. Because that was on my heart. Now, I might not do anything else with it, but you got to take the action. See, you learn how to take one step, then you take 2 steps. What is the Wizard of Oz? Put 1 foot in front of the other, right? All right, brothers and sisters, that's enough. We're getting silly and we're trying to sing, and I'm not a singer. So with that being said, as always, we'll see you. Wait, let me tell you. Tomorrow, Freedom Friday. Be back here tomorrow, Freedom Friday, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. As always, we'll see you at the top, not from the top, because you, your family, but most importantly, our suffering black community needs and deserves. If anybody deserves my very best, your very best, it should be our black community deserves your very best. All right? So until tomorrow, everybody, take care and God bless. All right, Meerkat, thank you guys for being here. We'll see you tomorrow, God willing, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. All right?